Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you're watching our second week of our Facebook training covering the best things that you can do to get results in your business using social media. Now, week one was about getting your Facebook ready for you to start getting out there and making a difference. Now, this week, what I'm going to be talking to you about is the Facebook algorithm and how it works, just so you've got a good understanding. So, so what is the Facebook algorithm? Essentially, what it is a set of rules that decides what people post and who gets to see it in their news feeds. Now, I'll give you an example. I came away from social media for a long period of time. I wasn't engaging with anybody. I wasn't commenting on anybody's posts. So when I would go in to Facebook, I wouldn't see anything. The only thing I would see if I scrolled through was adverts. And that is, essentially how the Facebook algorithm works. It is about building relationship because, if you meet people face to face and you have a conversation, Facebook, that's what it's like online. It wants to know that people are building genuine relationships. So it will decide what content is most relevant to show to each other on several different factors. So what Facebook will do, it will take a look at all the content that could show up on your feed. This includes posts coming from people you're friends with. It also can include content from the pages that you're following and the groups that you've joined. Now, so I am admin on a ton of groups, tons and tons, hundreds, in fact, because I've been in the online space for a long time and, I've built communities for various different things that I'm passionate about and things. However, if, for example, I went in an old Facebook group of mine, let's say, for example, a Christmas group, because you all know I love Christmas. Well, if you don't, you will now. And I've not posted in there for a long time and I've not interacted with that group. If somebody posts in that group, I'm not going to see it on my news feed because the Facebook algorithm will go, okay, Louise is not engaging in this group. She's not posting anything. She doesn't want to see it, so it won't show it up. And that's essentially how the Facebook algorithm works. What it will do is it will assess the relevance of each piece of content based on thousands of signals, which I don't need to go into. But it might include things like if somebody does a post and it's somebody that I'm in regular contact with, that will show up on my news feed. It will also see how often I interact with people. But one of the interesting things that I've noticed since coming back to the home-based space, that there are people that are looking at my content, obviously, because now those people are coming up on my news feed and I've not necessarily engaged with them, but they're obviously looking at what I'm doing. So now the algorithm is going, hey, this person is obviously following what Louise is doing, and that's why these people are now showing up on my news feed. And it'll also look at, you've published a post and what time it is that you're on. So for example, if I may be posted, I did a Netflix post, you'll know the Netflix post, and I did that 3 months ago. That might not necessarily show up on that person's timeline. However, if I went in and interacted on that post, that basically pushes it back up. And the people that are on Facebook at the time will probably see that post. So it just basically is working on a set of rules. And once you can master the algorithm, you will start to get good results because I see it time and time again. Hey, I'm going to do a post on Facebook and there is zero interaction. Nothing. Can you relate to that? What that means is you're not using your Facebook as your business yet. And the tools that I want to be giving to you over the next few weeks is going to show you how you can start getting results. So it also might consider the type of content that you're posting and how you've interacted with similar posts. So let's say, for example, there If somebody that you know from another home-based business, if you're a cheerleader like me, it doesn't matter whether you're in partnered with the same business that I am, I will celebrate that person, okay? And let's say they're in MLM, network marketing. Their post probably will show up on my timeline because I'm also in a home-based business, but I will always comment on somebody's post. So what it will try to do really is assess the relevance by understanding the nature of the content of what you are putting out. And that's why we always say about getting into, I mean, you may have people on your Facebook that have never been in the home-based space before, never, so they don't understand it. And if obviously they're not posting about the home-based space because they've never been in it before, it's quite likely when you post something, your content may not show up unless you are regularly interacting with them. So this is where you can go out and make new friends, get into home-based opportunity groups, start to make new friends, because if your content is quite similar in what you're posting, when you post, it will start to show up. So what you need to do, just a few things. You need to be posting on a regular basis, and also keep an eye on the time for the best time to post on Facebook. And you can play around with this because you could do a simple post and I don't know, it might be lunchtime on a Wednesday and you don't get any interaction. If that's the case, delete it. There isn't anything, there's nothing here where you can make a mistake. It's about you getting or developing an understanding of how Facebook works. And posting your content at the right time and not at the right time can really negatively impact your reach. So play around with it. If a post doesn't work, delete it. Now, I've always found, particularly during the week, between 7:30 and 8 o'clock at night can work really, really well. It can work really well because what people are doing at that time, people have finished work, they're fed up, thinking about they're going to work the next day. What are they doing? They're like this on their phone and they are just scrolling through Facebook to see what goes on. So maybe thinking about posting around that time would probably be a really, really good thing. Now, this, once you've started to establish a following, it can be a lot easier for somebody that's been doing it a long time. And you may look at me and go, well, it's all right for you. It's not because I've done all of that work and it's taken me years. It's taken me years to get to this position. And I had to find out what works and doesn't work, which is why I want to give this information to you guys so you don't make the same mistakes. And what you need to be doing with our Facebook training is week 1, implement it. Then move on to week 2, which is here. And I know there are people that have watched week 1 but have still not implemented what I've suggested. If you really, really want it to work, you have to take it seriously. Consistency will win over everything. People quit too early. And I am somebody that is not a quitter. I am not. And I think that is one of the key things to my success. No matter what I'm going through, I will pick myself up and I will continue to do it. Because if you continue to do it over and over and over again, not only are your skills going to improve, but people will see that you are showing up and that you are not a quitter. You can't expect to do, something 2 or 3 times and then go, oh, do you know what? It's not working and quit. Don't have that mentality. You have to be consistent with your posting, and it's important to understand that there is no one size fits all. Every brand is unique. Everybody is different. Everyone's audience is different. So this is why you have to be consistent. Now, one of the things that I am going to put together is a schedule of the things that you need to be doing. And one of the things I touched on last week was reaching out to people, wishing them happy birthday. That needs to be consistent. Reaching out to people about the opportunity, it needs to be consistent. I mean, I want you to think about, in terms of your posting, in terms of reaching out to people about the opportunity, how often are you doing it? Are you doing it enough? I want you to actively make mistakes. And you might go, Louise, that's crazy. Why would you want me to make mistakes? Because that's where the learning happens. You can't muck up on Facebook. You can't. If something doesn't work, delete it. Start again. But please, please, please be consistent. Okay? So what do you need to do? And I touched on this briefly last week. You need to start to work the Facebook algorithm so it works in your favor. You need to be paying an interest in what others are doing. I believe whatever you give out, all that goodness that you give out, you get back. I truly believe that. So if you spend more time giving, and showing people support and showing people love and saying how amazing their pictures are, engaging in conversation with people, they feel valued. And the Facebook algorithm will go, hey, these two are communicating. So when you do start putting out some phenomenal content, which I'll be covering in another week, people will love on your posts too. And then when other people are looking at your profile, they'll go, hey, this is somebody that maybe I want to work with, because they've got lots of comments on their posts. They clearly know what they're doing. So if you give, if you keep giving, not only will, people feel valued and loved, you'll get that back. And that is how it works. Before you start posting any content on Facebook, you have to spend time warming up the algorithm. So throughout the day today, I've sat on my phone and I've scrolled through and I've looked at posts and I've made comments and I've loved on comments, because what that will do is it will warm up the algorithm. Hey, Louise is online. She's engaging with XYZ people. So when you do put a post out on Facebook, you're going to get more engagement because more people are going to see it. Now, if you go on and do a post on Facebook and you've never really commented on anyone's post, nobody's going to see it. Facebook aren't going to show it up on people's news feeds. And that's why mastering the algorithm is absolutely key. I've put here 10 to 15 minutes loving and commenting on people's posts. Do not go scroll, like. Facebook don't like that. They'll say you're being spammy, and it's fake. And Facebook want real relationships, don't they? It's interesting. I didn't share with you guys, but yesterday I got my whole Facebook account. I'll read exactly what it says. It said, Louise, hold on. We've suspended your account. You have 180 days left to appeal or will permanently disable your account. Can you imagine? I was laughing yesterday because I believe any challenge that is sent to us for a reason. It is character building. This Facebook has my whole life on it. But hey, I was still smiling. Thankfully, it's come back on. I've appealed. I was back on within a couple of hours. But I'll tell you why that probably happened, right? I have been away from social media for so long. Many of you know I was done with the industry, right? There was no coming back for me. I was done. So there was a period of time where I was doing absolutely nothing, and nothing was coming up on my news feeds. And then just 8 weeks ago, I am back and I am posting and my inbox is flying. Content is going out. And Facebook going, hang on a minute. And I believe they thought that my account had been hacked and taken over by somebody else. That is the power of the Facebook algorithm. So don't just scroll through Facebook and like all of the comment. Just like, and it just looks fake and it's spammy. Facebook won't like it. and don't copy and paste other people's content. Now, last week, can you remember I shared two things with you? One was Social Bee. Social Bee is where you can take a post, click a button, and it transforms that content for you. That is the perfect way. But before you do any of that, the best thing that you can do for yourself is get out and start being interested in what other people are doing. Pay attention, be kind, give love, and it will pay you tenfold. You can take it to Messenger. You know, if you see somebody's post, let me have a look because I've got two screens here. Let's move over to this screen. Hold on, let's have a look. Just seeing if I can see somebody's post. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a Live Good one. Surprise, surprise, from somebody else. So there's a post on here from a friend of mine called Toby, showing what he's done in his garden, some before and after photos. I could quite easily take that to message and go, hey Toby, I've just been seeing what you've been doing in your garden. It looks amazing. That's it. Toby's going to respond to that. Of course he is. Because I'm not talking to him about business. I'm not throwing anything down his neck. I'm just reaching out and saying, hey, what does that do? The Facebook algorithm will go, hey, Toby and Louise are talking again. So when I do post content, Toby's going to see it. It really is that simple. Do not, if you are reaching out to people about the business opportunity, copy and paste the same message. I've made that mistake and I've been into Facebook jail. I've been blocked from sending messages. It's not been a long, long time. It's been a long time since I've done that. But if you are copy and pasting the same message, the Facebook algorithm goes, firstly, hey, they can't type that amount of words in the amount of time that they're going bang, 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 banging out all those messages. But also Facebook will go, it's the same message. It's spammy. Facebook don't want that. So what you need to do is you just need to change the wording a little bit, add different emojis on, because that's what Facebook want. It really is about taking time to build relationships. Touched on this, just give, and give some more. This is so important if you want success on social media. So what do you need to be doing over the next week? I want you to just spend time warming up the algorithm, build those relationships. Just focus on that. You know, so many people think I've got a million things I need to be doing to grow my business. But get the basics in place first. Because if you go out, because your business is going to be here in a week or 2 weeks. It's not going anywhere. And I know in the beginning it's very, very overwhelming. But one step at a time, be kind to yourself and stop putting pressure on yourself. Build those relationships, and I'm pretty sure you would have watched week 1. Continue to work on your Facebook facelift. Engaging content. Right, guys, let me stop sharing.